Moving on, today we're going to do cross products to solve proportions, okay? You guys have been wanting to do cross products for quite some time now. Now we actually get to do them, okay? So the difference between what we've been doing, usually we've been doing A divided by B times C divided by D. We've been working with multiplication. Now we're going to be working with proportions. Remember, proportions are equal to each other. Remember yesterday we kept getting the same number if it was proportional? So we need an equal sign because proportions are equal to each other. Okay, so here we just divided or multiplied straight across, right? Now, here we're going to do cross products. Raise your hand if you remember cross products. I think you've seen them before a little bit. If not, let's review. Cross products, we're going to take A times D. Cross, make an X. So we have A times D equal to B times C. We're just crossing. And then we would use that to solve for what we want to find. Really? So we're going to be following this method today. A lot of practice. Looking at A, we have B over 15 equals 66 over 90. So we have an equal sign, so we need to cross multiply. Okay, so we have B times 90, which is what? 90B. And then we have 15 times 66, which you get 990. Okay, so that's step one. Now we want to get B by itself. Right now, 90 and B, they're multiplying each other, right? There's multiplication in between there. We want to do the opposite to get rid of the 90. So what's the opposite of multiply? Divide. So we want to divide both sides by 90. Because if I divide by 90 on the left, what happens? They cancel out, right? So we're just left with B. And then over here, we do the same thing. What you do to one side, you want to do to the other. Okay? So we get 990 divided by 90, which is 11. Questions on the process? Let's look at one more together. B, we have 3.2 over 9 equal to 9 over 36. Or n over 36, sorry. What do we do here? Yep, cross multiply. So we go 3.2 times 36. What do you get? I got 115.2. Equal to, what's on the other side of the equal sign? 9 times n, which is 9n. Is everyone okay with that step right there? The cross multiply. Okay. Next step, last step, how do we get n by itself? Because it's multiplying 9 times n right now, so we want to do the opposite to get rid of it, which is divide. So divide by 9 on both sides. So the 9's cancel out over here, you're left with n. And then what's 115.2 divided by 9? 12.8. So there's two steps for solving proportions. Cross multiply and then solve for B, which is normally divide. Questions before I let you try a couple on your own? Try A and B on your own on this one. A and B. On A, what's the first step in solving proportions? Cross multiply, right? So we have 15, C times 15, which is, what's C times 15?
15C.
15C, and then we take 36 times 9, which is 324. Is everyone okay with that step right there? That cross multiply step. Now we get set up here. We want to get C by itself. Right now, 15 and C are doing what? They're multiplying to each other. We want to get C all by itself. So we want to do the opposite of multiply. We want to divide by 15, because what happens when we divide by 15? Because these cancel each other out, so we get C equals 21.6. We just divide 32.4 divided by 15 in your calculator. You get 21.6. So once you have the variable by itself, that's your answer. How could you check if you got it right?
Multiply it back.
You could go backwards, okay, but what about looking at our original that we started with? How could I figure out if I did it right or not? What?
You could plug it in.
Plug it in. Okay, let's try and plug it in. We have 21.6 over, so C, I plugged it back in for C. We have it over 36 equal to 9 over 15. Now, do those look the same? No. Type in your calculator. What do you get for 21.6 divided by 36?
324.
No. Do 21.6 divided by 36.
Oh, wait.
It's 0.6.
You get 0.6? And then what's 9 divided by 15?
You get 0.6.
0.6. 0.6.
Did we do it right?
1.6.
You might have done the one or the other. Did we do it right? Because you know that we should get these to be equal to each other. Okay? So that's the whole point of proportions, is to get them equal to each other. Okay? Questions? I'm not going to do B together. Okay? Come over. Let's look at one word problem together. When we were doing rates, so let's say I had miles per hour, and I wanted to get to miles per second. Okay? How did we set this up?
You had what you had for
Started with what you started with. I got to where I want to get to. What was our step 3? We want to find our conversions, right? Miles and miles, those match. Okay? We want to get hours to seconds. How many seconds were in an hour? 3,600. Now, does hour need to go on the top or on the bottom? It needs to go on the top, and then seconds went on the bottom. Okay, because why did we do that? So the hours cancel out. Okay, that was what we did with conversions. Proportions, what do you know about proportions? What do you know about proportions? Are they the same or are they different? They're the same. Okay, so now we're going to have, instead of our multiplication sign that we had, we're going to have an equal sign in the middle. Okay, so let's make our ratio. We start with 4 crackers containing 70 calories. How do I write that as a ratio? 4 over 70. Okay, I'm going to put my labels here. I'm going to put CR for crackers and CA for calories. What do you think we're going to put on the other side? We want to know how many calories are in 7 crackers.
1 over 7.
If we say, what's the 1 stand for? Calories, but we don't know how many calories, right? So we want an X in there somewhere. Do you think we're going to put X over 7 or 7 over X?
X over 7.
If we put X, remember that's calories. We want to put over 7 crackers. Does that look right?
Yeah.
Because if we think the relationship across, we have 4 crackers over 70 calories equals however many calories over 7 crackers. Is that the same?
Yeah.
Why are you shaking your head?
I don't know.
Are these the same? Are the labels the same? No, so can this proportion work? No, so which way does it need to be?
Opposite.
It needs to be 7 over X so that the labels match up. So it's 7 crackers over X amount of calories. So remember, proportions need to be the same. So we have crackers over calories equals crackers over calories. Okay, now we know how to solve this. How do we solve this? Cross multiply, so we have 4 times X, which is 4X. And we have 70 times 7, which is,
490.
is it 490?
Yeah.
Yeah, 490.
7 times 7 has 0.
Yeah, because we just added the 0, so.
That's what I said.
Okay, and then our last step would be to
Duh.
get X by itself by dividing by 4. We get X equals
122.5.
122.5 calories.
I did this in 3.
Any questions over proportions? Okay, you're not gonna, there's none of those on your worksheet for today. I left those off because I want to get a lot of practice with just the steps. We're good with cross multiplying?
Yeah.
All right, like it.